Hello, everybody, and good afternoon. We are indeed very honoured today to say hello to Mr. Conway himself. Hello, sir.
Hello, you're going to make me blush right at the beginning of the interview. That's terrible. Terrible.
Welcome.
How are
What
you
can
doing?
we say? I'm very well, thank you very much. I hope you keeping safe as well.
Absolutely. I have my one day in the office in during the week today because we're streaming later. So yeah, I dragged myself down here, which is why you can have me in HD.
Which is awesome, and I'm
And
I'm very grateful for you taking the time out to help us out with this. So thank you very much.
you're welcome. I also I'm quite fortunate. The situation where we are here in the Czech Republic is very mild compared to many other places. So we feel quite safe.
Yeah, I think I'm on week 8, going into week 9 now. So it's been a while since I've seen the inside of what my work office looks like. It'll be interesting when we go back finally or whatever.
Yeah, it's the same here. It's been quite a challenge, especially with kids running around at home. It's interesting. May you live in interesting times. It definitely applies.
Yes, it does indeed. So, really simple questions. First and foremost, obviously, we all know you as Mr. Conway. How long has Mr. Conway been your gamer tag for? How is there anything else?
Oh, so Mr. Conway actually originated much earlier than gaming. Back in my pen and paper role playing days, I had a Shadowrun character called Mr. Conway, and I just like it's how you come up with a gamer tag, right? And I just kept
Yep,
it because I liked it. So we it's what I'm stuck with now.
awesome. So how long have you been playing World of Warships, and what's Mr. Conway's favourite ship?
So I've been playing World of Warships since the days of dark and dirty pre-alpha, in the days where there was, like you were playing World of Warships basically from the artillery view that you know from World of Tanks.
Yep.
It was a very different game. I remember that we once participated in a closed pre-alpha tournament versus the devs in St. Petersburg and got absolutely smashed. So it's been quite a while actually for World of Warships for me.
It's nice to speak to someone actually who's been in the game longer than I have as well, because I was in the second draft of closed alpha. So it's interesting to hear what it was like prior to. I mean, I remember the days of alpha with the Kitakami and things like that, and
Yes.
just it was, the game has progressed so much since then. It's absolutely awesome.
Yeah, it really does. We got occasionally we got some glimpses from like in development builds. I was working in customer support back then, so I wasn't really actively involved in testing or actively involved in like any kind of development at all. But of course, we were all used as additional people to get hands on when needed.
That's
And
awesome.
we obviously were also all curious because it looked
Yeah.
like a really awesome game.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, when I first caught sight of it, it was, I mean, I've got nearly 70,000 games in World of Tanks. I loved World of Tanks to bits, but when I caught
That's
sight of this, it was like, oh, give please.
That's a lot. I think I stopped at about 13,000 for World of Tanks, and since then I've switched just to World of Warships really.
Um,
Yeah, favorite ship? You asked earlier.
yes,
Scharnhorst, my
Shanhost.
best destroyer in the game. No, it's a fantastic combination of speed, agility, torpedoes,
Yep.
trolley armor, and the guns can be very nasty if used well, and
Oh,
with
absolutely.
a little dose of Iron Jesus on your side.
Oh, very much so. Yeah, that's a good ship to pick. That I do like that. She does very well in the Rye as well. Does exceptionally well
Yes.
in the Rye. So outside of World Warships, what other games does Mr. Conway enjoy?
So I'm a big fan of the slow paced games. I used to religiously play Eve Online. More recently, I do a lot of strategy gaming. I've
Hmm.
played many an hour of Stellaris, and I just checked earlier, just before the call. In the last 2 weeks, I've played 59 hours of Civilization 6, which is
Wow.
why I might look a little bit tired. Just one more turn can escalate slightly.
Oh,
But
yeah. I've just been given Stellaris by a friend of mine actually, so I'm looking forward to having a go at that myself.
it's fantastic. I have nothing but praise for it.
Civilization 6 actually has 2 songs by Tim Kristen or something. I can't remember the composer's name, but got some really awesome backing music in that game. So quite nice there. So we know you as we obviously we know that you have your partner in crime, Mr. Chrysantos. You've both been given the honourable nickname of the Twins.
Yes.
How would you how would you describe the content of the Twins? Because it's gonna this intrigues me. This.
So the whole twin meme started back when we were working in Paris. I think we were both on the overweight side, and both had, for some reason, similar haircuts at the same time. And people just said, "Look, these two, they must be related." And since then, we've just rolled with the meme.
Yeah.
We do work together a lot,
Yeah.
especially on streaming, but also on other things and offline events and stuff. So we work very closely. Chris obviously leads the community team here in Europe. And I focus a bit more on things like projects and like the streaming setup here is my baby. So I've crawled in and out of every little nook and cranny and built it all together and apart and together again,
Awesome.
again and again.
Yeah, no, that's what we all do with our streaming setups when they become very personal to us. And
yes, you need to know every little kink and every little issue that regularly occurs, how to fix it.
Yep.
And it can be a struggle at times.
Yeah. Well, Mr. G's told me a little bit as well, because obviously he's been over there with yourselves, and it's from what I've been told, it's very impressive. So big kudos to you on that.
Yes and no, right? When you go to visit our development studio in St. Petersburg, they have a fully fledged video team there with, I think it's like 15, 20 people. And obviously they have individual cameras that cost as much as the entire equipment in our streaming room. But we kind of approach the whole thing with the philosophy of we want to be able to do streaming as if somebody was streaming at home, because the fantastic thing about that is you go to your streaming setup, you turn it on, you push the go live button, and you're live.
Yep.
You don't need to have a production team. You don't need to have a sound engineer. You don't need to have God knows kind of like overhead and other people involved with it. You can just sit down and you can just go live, which is I think a fantastic thing, and makes our streaming setup very flexible.
Yeah, and something that's just come to my mind when you mentioned the player meets as such, and the actual offsite events and things like that. Amazingly and quite bizarrely, we've actually met.
Yes, we do. Yes, we have.
We actually genuinely have.
I have a TcFest, right?
Yeah, TcFest. That's right.
Yes. That was the thing is, I've been with Wargaming for. Is it 7 years or 6?
Well, I think
it's a long time, right? And for a majority of that time, I was working in the community team. In the beginning, dealing with all the different products, including World of Tanks. But for some reason, I never got to go to TcFest. And so that was my first and only TcFest that I went to. And it was absolutely terrible, because on the evening before TcFest really kicked off, after the contributor day, my partner's mum passed away in the UK, luckily enough. So I literally got on a train and left and went there.
Sorry.
So still haven't got to see TcFest.
And this year it's a maybe obviously, but we'll see what's coming up.
To be honest, I would not expect it. From our side, it's also we've had a lot of like plans for events that we would like to run this year that we've already had to shelve. Gamescom, obviously, in Germany has been cancelled by the government and by the organizers. So we don't know. Like we usually like to do quite a few events throughout the year, but for this year, it's very risky to organize and plan anything.
Absolutely.
And put time and money behind something if you don't know what's going to happen. And also, there's always the safety concern. So hopefully, once everything is sorted, we can get back on the road and come back and talk to people again.
Yeah, fingers crossed. So, next question is the quote in the school yearbook. What is MrConway's quote?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since I've been at school, right? And so if it was a school yearbook now, and I'd like my colleagues would put it together, I think I'm known for just going like, it's simple. Let's just do it. And it's turned into a little bit of an internal meme. Whenever somebody suggests something, I say, yeah, this should be easy. Let's just do it. And people go like, oh my God, no.
Yeah. No, I can imagine. Yeah, that gets me in trouble quite a bit as well. Outside of here, I'm a data junkie. I'm numbers, figures, graphs, all that kind of big sheet of numbers, and then turn it into a pretty picture. And that's an important phone call for Mr. Conway.
Yeah, I apologize. Of course, like being the professional streamer I am, I didn't deactivate my, like turn my phone to silent before.
It's
Um,
absolutely fine. Don't worry. These,
and
it's
my
IRL.
I wanted to set up RTX voice, but I haven't done it yet. I'll get to that soon, and then no more disturbances from anyone ever.
Well, I've tried RTX voice. As long as you've got the RTX cards, it works beautifully. If you don't, it's a little bit heavy on the system, I found.
I've tried it without RTX, and it's worked quite well so far. But it's amazing technology. I can't wait to get it
Phenomenal.
implemented, and
Yeah.
just like you don't have to worry about knocking anything anymore, like bumping into things. You can use clicky keyboards again. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh yeah. What's your favourite band or song? What sort of music does MrConway chill out to?
It depends a little bit. I wouldn't like. I don't think it's a chill out band if I'm going to pick. My favorite band of all time is probably The Prodigy.
Wow.
It's just when you need to get up and get some energy. That's great music. But otherwise, I like just when it's more to relax. I like a lot of like acoustic music with just
cool.
Like singer songwriter stuff.
Yeah, I can agree with that because it's actually quite nice to see the artist and them just going through the full emotions of how it is when they're playing it, and it's really quite cool though.
I would like to love Ed Sheeran, but I do. They do really like Ed Sheeran. It's just that whenever you turn on the radio, he's there, so it just gets you annoyed. But
for the 15th time, for the 15th time this year, number one is "Galway Girl" by Ed Sheeran.
It's for me. It's staggering beyond belief how this how it's always the same thing, always.
Yep.
But yeah, that's how it goes.
That's true. Okay, Mr. Conway, your joke.
Yes.
What is your what joke do you have?
So I tried to find. I tried to pick a naval one, right? What keeps the dock afloat?
I don't know. What keeps the dock afloat?
Peer pressure.
Oh God.
You really should do one of these with our North American senior community manager, with Cal Both. Yes. He has the most insane repertoire of dad jokes I've ever heard from anyone. It's like every second sentence. It's quite fantastic.
I'll ask him the question, see when he's available then. And finally, we know we've seen your content and everything on the official World of Warships channel. Where might other stuff pop up from yourself? Obviously, you've got Twitter. You've got a Twitter account.
I have a Twitter account. I don't tweet. To be honest, if people are looking for me for my content, it'll be only on official channels at the moment. Yep. I personally would really like to be able to do some streaming from home, because I like streaming. It's a great way to make a video game more interesting by having some people to talk to while you're playing it.
Yeah.
But I don't have the technical means at the moment. I moved into a new apartment and I'm stuck with 5 Mbit upload LTE via an antenna on my balcony, and my PC is in the hallway, and 2 small children in the house. So even with RTX voice, I think it would be a challenge.
Just a bit.
So unfortunately, at the moment, on official channel.
On the official channel, and you do if I remember correctly, you do the English and the German one, don't you? The English and the German community.
Yes. So I am actually German.
Yes.
But half British on my dad's side. So we are live every Thursday from 6 o'clock Central European summertime on twitch.tv/World of Warships. And then for German streams, we have a bit of a different schedule. We always do a big feature for our update videos, updates. So we do like a double feature, start in German, and switch to English. And then we try and do 2 regular German streams as well throughout the month.
Alles mein Deutsch ist nicht sehr gut.
Yes.
In English. So.
And when is this video getting published again?
So I'm in the lucky position that everyone has. I basically became a little bit overwhelmed with everyone saying, "Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, let's have a go." So it's going to be published on the 7th of May. So that is a week today.
Okay.
So
well, in that case,
we'll go live at 4 o'clock just before you go live on the official channel.
Fantastic. In that case, join us for our stream, and hopefully you will have also watched the stream that happened for you guys yesterday for our virtual naval parade.
There you go.
Interesting.
Awesome.
Hopefully it will have worked.
We have faith.
I don't, but we'll. I also don't have a choice. It'll have to work.
I have faith in you. I have faith.
Yes.
Well, Mr. Conway, thank you so much for taking this time out of your very busy day to join us. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Honestly, it's always a pleasure to come out and talk to people. And to be honest, I think it's a great initiative. And I hope some of our other contributors follow up with something similar. I think it's nice to like show some of the people active in the community.
Yeah, and it's, we talk a little bit about Warships, but it also gives people a chance to get a little bit of a snippet of who we are, who you are, who everybody is, and it kind of hopefully it'll break down a few walls as well, rather than it's this person, it's it's that person, he likes that music as well. So we'll see, and hopefully it helps. Yeah,
in general, like if people, because I can't be seen all the time, but if people need to get in touch with me or have some burning questions, right? Please don't approach me for things that customer support should help you with, because
of course
they're much better at that, and I'm probably just gonna have to redirect you. But in general, you can reach me on the official World of Warships Discord server, which you can access by going to wo.ws. No, it's discord.gg/WOWS. We've got multiple links. And then, of course, in the European forums, you're always welcome to send me a PM if there's something really urgent. Yep,
well, that's awesome. Thank you very much. Well, guys, that has been Mr. Conway. Thank you so much, sir. And
thank you.
And have a great stream this afternoon. I'm sure I'll be watching, and we will see you all very soon. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. We'll catch you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.